Hello everyone, coming to you today to do some vagus nerve strengthening exercises. And if you don't know what the vagus nerve is, you're probably going to hear about it. There's a lot of it in the press right now, and I'm thrilled. But to know that the strength of your vagus nerve that runs through your body and affects everything through your body switches you from either fight or flight into the opposite, which is rest and digest. So most of you know what fight or flight feels like. It's a survival mechanism. We certainly need it. It helps you to respond appropriately to emergency. But what ends up happening is that switch stays on. The vagus nerve isn't strong enough to go into rest and digest. So this is how we end up with anxiety, panic attacks, even just that disruption of the digestion, our inability to heal. This is a big deal, and it's something you can do for free. So let me show you these exercises, and I'll talk a little bit more about them as we do them. But go ahead and stand up, if you will, wherever you are, unless you're in your car. So stand up and get your feet under your hips, and just soften your knees and begin to bounce. And we call this jiggling, bouncing, but we do this because it forces your body to surrender. So you're releasing tension and allowing all the chemicals to flow freely through your body. So as you're doing this, don't tighten your toes, don't tighten your face, just let it go. I used to feel so silly when I first learned how to do this, but I'm not afraid to embarrass myself in front of you a little bit if it's going to help. So here I am, jiggling, and we're going to just let it all go. It's so easy and so good for you. So now, the vagus nerve. Vagus basically means wanderer. So it wanders through the body, which I think is funny because one of the best formulas for stress in Chinese medicine is called happy wanderer. So I wonder if that's related. Anyhow, as you're surrendering up all your tension, your nervous system is reconnecting. You're not holding your breath, but you can do this anywhere, anytime. There's no restriction on it. And it's just a matter of allowing you to get inside yourself and let go. So we jiggle. It's good for our lymphatic system. And when you're doing this at home, you might want to stare at a spot on the ground, maybe 6 or 10 feet in front of you, and you can really kind of get it going, like really bounce. It's just I knew I couldn't talk while I did that. So does that feel pretty good? All right, let's slowly come to a stop, and I'll show you the second thing. So here is your second vagus nerve strengthening exercise. Now, have you been to yoga before? Have you ever sat down and the teacher had you do an Om chant? Well, that strengthens the vagus nerve. Humming, singing, chanting, even gargling. So if you really are I'm not going to be singing in public, or, somebody might hear me, gargle. Make a sound when you gargle your mouthwash. But what it really is all about is connecting these two centers. So your ability to speak, but it's more than speak. It's the holding of the tone. And that's what keeps that connection strengthened. So let's do 3 ohms together. Why not? I've already bounced. So let's do that, and don't worry about other people around you. Ask them to join you. So let's together, on the count of 3, we're going to do an Om chant. 3, 2, 1. Om. There's a bee behind me who just joined me. That's funny. Let's do it again. Feel better already? I hope you do too. There's a third exercise now. But back to the singing really briefly. I always wondered why singing in my car at the top of my lungs felt so good. And that also will work for you to strengthen your vagus nerve if you just feel too silly saying Om. But just so you know that is why that is done. All right, so the third exercise is a breathing exercise. So we bounced, we chanted, we made sound. And the third, we're going to do a visualized breathing. So what you're going to do is put one hand right underneath where your rib cage ends, right down just between your navel and the end of your rib cage. The second hand goes on top of your sternum or your breastbone, and I'm keeping a little space here for the microphone. But what this is about is creating a breath space in between your two hands. We call it diaphragm breathing. And it doesn't matter if you do it through your nose or your mouth, or it's more about consciously bringing your breath into this space. The vagus nerve directly goes through the diaphragm muscle. So here we are. Let's breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And last time. Breathe in and out. I really do feel better. And I hope you do too. No matter what kind of stress you're going through, lots of moving pieces in our lives that we can't control, and that free-floating anxiety that can kind of sneak into your life. If we do this either on the spot, like I'm stressed right now, I'm going to do this, I'm going to bounce, say Om, take 3 breaths, or regularly preventing stress, getting stronger and stronger every day. I invite you to take this 5 or 6 minutes to do that. And what will you get? What the vagus nerve will give you is actually the ability to heal. So we know, scientific study shows that actually people with stronger vagus nerves get less cancer. They stay in remission from cancer. That digestions are better. And that last blog post that I did about breakfast, that actually helps you strengthen your vagus nerve too. So improving your digestion helps your vagus nerve, and strengthening your vagus nerve improves your digestion. I think that's pretty great. Thank you for staying through to the end. I invite you to repeat this. Watch me do it the first couple times, but it's not hard. You can do it on your own. So once you get the hang of it, do it every day. Love to you.